Enslavers were directed to deliver their impressed African Americans to designated points in the area around Camp Nelson, such as Lexington, where U.S. officers would take charge of the laborers and bring them to the military base or wherever else they were assigned to work. Francis Dolan Peter, a resident of Lexington, noted in late August, the people around here are bringing in their Negroes to work on the roads pretty fast. There are a good many in town today, and the work is said to be going on well. Of course, the Union people get paid for the use of their Negroes, while sympathizers don't. The federal officials at Camp Nelson did not just wait for African Americans to be brought to them by enslavers. They sometimes sent troops to forcefully round them up. Peter observed one such incident in Lexington in December 1863, writing, "Just as their churches were being dismissed, a number of soldiers who had been stationed outside rushed upon the unsuspecting Negroes, capturing all the men they could lay hands on. The darkies in great terror ran in all directions, some jumping out of the church windows and all doing their best to elude pursuit. The soldiers, however, caught a good many of whom they sent off to Camp Nelson to work on the wagon road they were going to make to Cumberland Gap." Yeah, that kind of bothered me a little bit. No, it bothered me a whole lot. Yeah, that kind of bothered me a little bit. No, it bothered me a whole lot. These people were coming out of church and you snatched them up, and then you call them darkies and said they were in terror, and they, oh God, help me, Lord. You gotta wonder why black folks ain't just snapped. That's why they wanted to keep this history of ours concealed. Throughout the Knoxville campaign in mid to late 1863, enslaved laborers were forced to build and expand the military roads south from Camp Nelson into East Tennessee. This meant the U.S. Army campaign to capture Knoxville and liberate East Tennessee from Confederate forces relied on slave labor. This is, you know what, God? Oh. And then you want to keep talking about to hell, black people ain't getting no reparations. Say it again so I could just